Hey folks, and welcome to Greg's Golf Shack. Today I'm going to share with you my first impressions of the HackMotion golf wrist sensor. We're going to look at the very general out-of-the-box experience, what you can expect when you open it up, put on the sensor, and make a couple of swings. Now there's so much involved in this system that a lot of those elements deserve videos of their own, so we're going to keep this short with the general club face control practice session. Now another really easy thing you can do to improve your golf game is subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm a certified golf instructor. I have all kinds of tips to help you improve your golf swing and your golf game, and I'd appreciate your support. Now when we open up this box, we get this lovely little wrist sensor here. Now it's presented a lot nicer. I've had this previously opened, but I store it in the box. It's like a watch device that you wear on your wrist, and there's a little clip that goes on your golf glove. Now, if you don't wear a golf glove, there's a wristband included that you can wear to clip that onto. Also inside the box, we have that wristband I was mentioning. We have a charging cable, and you have some instructions and a QR code of how to get the app. Now, once you download the app on your device, you're ready to go. I've actually installed it on both my phone and my iPad. I like to look down at the iPad, the bigger screen, to see the results of the swing analysis. And when you open the app for the first time, you get a lot of good information, a nice little orientation and instructions of how it works, a bit of an overview, and then you're ready to get started. Now I've got the iPad running down in front of me here, and I'm ready to turn my device on. You need to enable your Bluetooth because it connects to your device with Bluetooth. So I'm going to turn on my device, and we'll see that the app will find it and connect it. There we go. And once we're connected, we can start practicing. And I have the Pro model here, so there's a few more elements that I can practice here. There's club face control, full swing analysis, putting and short game, there's drills, there's all kinds of different things that we can work on. With the lower tier core version, the club face control, it's really the standard practice that we can work with. So we're going to explore that today. So I'm going to click on club face control, and I have my profile set up. I'm right-handed. It's good for left-handed or right-handed players. I'm just going to start, and the first thing we need to do is calibrate this device. So you need to get in a neutral position here, just where you feel. You don't want to be too flexed or extended. Just find that sort of standard neutral position. I'm going to say continue, and it's in position. There we go. And then it asks you to just go on a bit of an angle like that, in position, and it's telling me where I am. So you can see I can move my wrist around. You can recalibrate if you need to. I think we're okay. And you can see the wrist moving around. And then you can start practicing, and you're ready to start swinging. So before I even pick up a club, you can see how it's measuring my wrist movement there in that little 3D model. Now, more of the advanced features can calculate wrist rotation and supination and pronation and all these kind of things. What we focus on more in this club face control is extension, which is kind of a cupped wrist, or flexion. A flexed wrist is bowed, some would call it. This is really important because the angle of our wrist controls the angle of our club face and ultimately the direction the ball will travel when it's struck. And these are the main things we're going to focus on. So let's make a swing and see what kind of information this gives us. I've got the iPad set up in front of me here so I can look at the screen while I'm working on the swing. And what I'm going to try to do is perform one of my older swings where I really had excessive wrist hinge and just see what kind of information the unit gives us. So a pretty poor swing there, kind of a cupped wrist at setup, which is okay to have it extended a little bit there, but I might want to try a little bit more forward shaft lean. At the top, I was 47 degrees cupped. That's quite the angle, and you can see that's plus 16 beyond the recommended range. And then as I got down to impact, it was still a little bit cupped at impact there. 14 degrees of an extension angle there, or plus 3 beyond the recommended range. So what does this data mean? First of all, the colors. I mean, if it's in the red, you're way beyond the recommended range. If you're in the yellow, it's kind of cautious. You're not quite in the range, you're just outside it. And if you get a nice green color, that means you're within that range and you've got good wrist positions. Now, how do they determine this acceptable range of wrist angle? So the range is approximated by golf swings from pros that either have a bowed wrist or a cupped wrist that can still deliver good impact and good ball striking. So there's some room there to be able to find what might work best for us. So previously, when I experimented with changing my swing and reducing my wrist angle, I would just keep trying to feel like I'm reducing it. And what I feel and what is real were completely opposite. It felt like I was bowing my wrist, but I was not even close. When I see it on camera or something, it just was not what I was feeling. But this gives me something I can look at, I can get to positions and actually see, well, that feels like I'm bowed, but you can see I'm 14 degrees extended. There's a bowed feeling. I can start to feel what the sensation is of actually being in a good flexed wrist position. And I found the best way to practice for me to start ingraining that feeling was small little shots, just little rotations to try and get in better wrist positions and then slowly build up. So I would try a position and see what the feeling is compared to the actual data I see. So there we go. At the top of that swing, it was pretty good, but I was still extended at impact. So I would try it again. I'm casting the club a little bit, still a little bit open. I want to try and get this little bit more of a forward shaft, a little more bowed wrist at the impact position. There we go. I got a good one there. Now, I'm not worried so much right now as I'm trying to ingrain these feelings where the ball is going. As I build up my swing, I'll start pairing these feelings with my ball flight. But I already know my club face is in a great position at impact that I'm going to be able to work that ball a lot better than I previously did. And this is something I'm still working on. So this is really a treat to be able to work with this and get this feedback. My full swings can still be a little erratic from time to time, but I have a tool that can help me work on it. I'm happy with that. +2 extended, a good impact position. This is improvement for me. Now, I'm not swinging out of my shoes, but I'm going to continue working with this practice session and dial in my swing. Now, another cool feature while you're working on this is the audio feedback. I can turn that on. We'll turn it on for the top of the swing. And with that audio feedback on, I can start testing what the feeling is at the top of the swing, and I'll hear the sound when I'm within range. Oh, too flexed, within range. Now, getting this real-time information is really important because even if you're working with a golf instructor, we can see generally where your wrist might be at the top of the swing, if it's cupped, if it's a little bit bowed. We can see that when we watch professional golfers on TV. But with the naked eye, it is almost impossible to tell what the wrist position is at impact. It's so fast, there's such a small window there, we can't tell. It's even hard to see on camera. This gives us that information. Otherwise, we're only relying on what the ball does to try and tell us what position we were at impact. Not anymore. Now, a cool thing is you get more than just the feedback of your wrist movements. When you wrap up your practice session, you actually get feedback. The app tells you what kind of things you were struggling with in your swing and also suggests what might have been causing it. Not only that, it'll also start providing you drills to be able to help correct those issues. So this is a really powerful training aid, not only to identify what's happening in your swing, but also help you improve those elements. There are 3 different tiers of purchase, and the HackMotion website explains what is involved and what's included in each version. I highly recommend you take a look, and if you want to save a little bit of money, you'll get a 5% discount if you use the discount code GGS5. I'll include a link in the description of how you can save money and where you can buy the HackMotion if you're interested. I hope this was informative to you. I hope it helps you improve your golf swing. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on Greg's Golf Shack.